In this video, we're going to talk about exactly what you should do with your LinkedIn company page to increase engagement and followers.
Okay, I've been working like 3 jobs. Probably why I never see ya. Probably why I never have time for the fake friends that won't be ya. Been ballin', but it's looking like they took a time out. Okay, I'm working on a Wednesday, then up again the next day. So-and-so is popping, man. I skip him like he leg day.
All right, so you've got a LinkedIn company page and you've been posting to it, or you just started a company page and you're starting to share content. What we're going to talk about today is how can you increase your engagement and increase your followers. Let's look at the main purpose of your LinkedIn company page. So this is the page for the corporation or the company to put out information, and then, this is the part that a lot of people miss, then the employees share that content to get it out there. The types of content that you should be posting about. Number one, do not make this about Facebook as much. Facebook type posts. That's where if you got heavy things into culture and things like that, that's a better place to put on a Facebook company page to allow employees to then share it and engage and show their friends and bragging rights and all those things. You should show some of that culture on your LinkedIn page, and you should also not only put it about, hey, we've got a job opening, because that's what a lot of companies are doing. They're just saying, it's LinkedIn, it's a personal networking for your future job. I've got a job, I'm gonna put it on the company page, and I'm gonna post it, and then HR person or somebody else is gonna share it, and then there you go, you get all these applicants. Typically, that's not gonna happen. Unless you already have thousands upon thousands of followers on your company page, you're not gonna get that much traction from a post. Or you could post on your company page a job opening and then share it through email, share it through other networks. Yes, you can do that. But you have to look at who are you trying to attract to your company page? Who are your potential customers or people that you want following? And think about their persona. So we're looking at the persona of the person that is going to follow your page. What is it that they're into as a person? What type of interests do they have? What type of hobbies do they have? It's not just about you. The number one mistake companies make is if you look at their posts historically, it's all about them. It's all about their sales, their product. They're not really giving a lot of information out there. They're just more talking about how they're better than other people. And it's more of like a look at me, look at me. If you look at our company page at Fivefold Agency, we produce a ton of content, but it's content that is relevant to the people that we're trying to bring in as potential customers. And our target demographic, we're basically giving away free content and we're posting it to our company page. Even still, we still will share other content in the market that's not ours. So think about your company page should not just be posting things about what is it that you guys sell or what is it that service that you offer, and it's just all sales, sales, sales. You have to think about the persona of the person. They may be into whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's something technical or something non-technical or it's a consumer product or something like that. They're into that, but what is their persona and what is their lifestyle? They're not just all about the one thing that you're selling or the service that you're offering. If you look at our industrial and marketing and manufacturing type companies that we serve, and even the tech and software, they're going after people that are in engineering, or they're going after people that are in operations or things like that. And yes, they are into whatever it is that our clients are servicing, the service that they offer or a product that they're selling. But if you look at their lifestyle, they're also into other things like automation, robotics, they're into hunting, fishing, they're into cars and automotive and technology and new emerging technologies or new software stuff or new gadgets and products and things like that. So you want to try, and essentially the overarching theme here is you want to be a news source for your followers. So you're not just strictly putting out content about you, but you're also putting out content that is relevant to your industry or relevant to the space that you're in, and also relevant to the persona of the person that you're trying to bring in. So let's say you have 100, 200, 500 followers. In order to grow that, you need to, one, start producing more consistent and better content. So the first step is gonna be change your strategy and say, we are going to produce content that is not strictly about us. It's about things around the persona and things around the interests that these people are into. Number two, you need to be posting 4 to 5 times a week. You're not gonna overkill this. When you post 4 to 5 times a week, think about the algorithm behind LinkedIn. The algorithm works to where they're not gonna see every single thing. Even if you share it every single day, your entire network is not gonna see everything because maybe they're not on LinkedIn. Depends on when they log in, how many followers they have, what else is in their feed. They're not gonna scroll all the way down to the bottom, like 10 minutes of scrolling to get to your post that's buried because they have 4,000 connections or 1,000 connections. So don't think that you're gonna flood the market with too much information or overkill it. You need to post consistently 4 to 5 times a week because you want to make sure that when that person does log in, let's say you post on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and you leave off Friday. If somebody logs in on Wednesday, but last time you posted was Monday, there's a high likelihood they're not gonna see that unless that post got a lot of traction. So it's where if you're posting Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they come in on Wednesday at 9 o'clock, you just post something at 8:15, you got a couple likes, there's a high likelihood they're gonna see it. That's just the way that the algorithm works. So posting consistently and then breaking up the post to where I would say 25% to 30% of your content should be about your service, your product that you're offering that you want people to engage with or be aware of or purchase something from you. The rest of it should be either educational about something in your industry or find relevant news sources outside of that that are into the persona or the overarching industry that you're in or that type of group in that type of field and post something from them. You obviously don't link to competitors, but post something that is relevant in the space, something that's been published in the last week or two, or in the last couple of days preferably, and post that up there with a link. The third thing you need to do is look at when you're posting this and look through your feed, stop making your post images not fit the frame. LinkedIn has specific optimizations for the pixel width. I believe on their site it says 1200 by 600. They're gonna somewhat auto adjust if they're a little bit bigger. They're gonna shrink the height, shrink the width, but try and go with the 1200 by 600 size of your images. And from a video standpoint, they'll shrink those in. So you could do 1920 by 1080, or you can do 1920 by 1920. It'll shrink it in and make it work. Or you can even use some of the vertical formats for the mobile, and it'll work there too. So you can look that up to see exactly what the sizes are. But for an image 1200 by 600, what I see so many times is companies will have this black box on the sides where their image is only taking up like this much of the screen when they've got all of this. And it looks absolutely ridiculous. It just shows that you don't care about the quality that you're doing when you do these posts, that you're just throwing something up there quickly. Now, if you're linking to an outside article, the image that's gonna come in is whatever that outside article has as their featured image for their website. That's what's gonna pull in, and it's gonna put a description below it, and it's gonna show the name of the URL. So if that sucks, you can go in there and change it. But for anything that you're posting organically or natively yourself, if you take pictures of your employees at an event, or if you take pictures of the shot of the plant, or you take pictures of the office, or whatever it is that you're doing, shoot them in landscape mode. Don't shoot them in portrait mode. And if you do have a bunch in portrait mode, try and use some post-editing software to put those into some sort of collage to fill the space. Because as people are scrolling through their feed, once you start getting followers and engagement, they're gonna scroll through their feed and they're just gonna see this teeny little picture with all this space on the sides, and it's gonna look absolutely ridiculous. This is probably the #1 thing that companies fail at. It could be the people that are managing it, maybe they don't have a marketing department, maybe the agency that they're using made a mistake or posted the wrong picture or whatever, but it's so common. Almost all company pages that you scroll through, eventually you'll find something that is not sized correctly. So if you cannot size it correctly, then don't post it. LinkedIn updated their company page features to where now you can edit a post. Before it was like the end of 2018. Before that point, before a few months ago, when you post something to your LinkedIn company page, you could not go in and edit it like you can on your personal profile. You'd have to just go in and delete it. Now when you post something, you can go back in and edit it. So the best rule of thumb is if you don't know if it's the right size, or if that's not something that you're familiar with, and you can't figure out exactly how to see that, then just post it and then refresh your screen and look at it. And if it looks jacked up, then delete it and figure out how to make it look better. For point number 4, we're gonna look at how do you actually get growth and followers and engagement once you're making the right amount of content, you're posting it regularly, and it's the right format, right size. Now we're gonna look at how do we get this out there. Whether you have 10 followers, 100, 1,000, or 10,000, if you want to increase your engagement, increase your followers, there's only 2 ways to do this. Number 1, run paid advertising for a sponsored post, which is where when you create a post, whether it's a video, an article, an image, whatever, you go into LinkedIn self-serve advertising, and you would run a sponsored post, and you can have the option to check a box and it says add the follow button to that post. So when people see that in their feed as an ad, they can easily hit follow, and you're basically paying for followers. Don't do that because it's not effective for the cost that you're going to pay. The other way to do it is have your company employees share the post, like it, comment, whatever. Now you may think, well, if I've got, it doesn't matter if you've got 10, 100, 1,000 followers or 10,000, you post something out there, it's first of all, like I said before with the algorithm, it doesn't go out to all 10,000 of them right away. It's going to test the market just as it does on your LinkedIn personal profile. It does a small focus group first, rates the engagement that you get back on that, then it sends out to more people, gets the engagement rate back on that, and then it sends it out to more and more, and so on and so forth. But it's always going to do that test market first. So don't think that you post something that goes out to even all your followers instantly, because it doesn't. From a personal, from an employee engagement standpoint, having them assist you with this, it is not as simple as just saying, hey everybody, I posted this on the company page, or look back on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Wednesdays when we post, go in and share it, comment, or like it. If those people aren't growing their own personal networks, then it doesn't matter. You're not going to get much more engagement or increased followers, or you will, but at a very, let's say, consistent, slow, steady growth. And slow growth meaning like 0.5% of growth of followers month over month, which is pretty weak. So in order for you to make this strategy work, you have to have the people that are sharing and from your company that are liking and sharing and engaging on the content to push it out to their network. They have to actively increase their networks. And we'll put a link above where we show exactly how to do that from a sales standpoint, to a video where we talk about optimizing your profile. But then the second part is, once you optimize your personal profile, how do you grow your network very quickly? So check out that video and you can show the people at your company that are willing to put in the time to do this. It'll show you how to do that. But if you've got employees that have 200, 300, 500 connections, and you've got 10 of them, that's a lot less effective than 5 people that have 4,000 or 5,000 connections, because they're constantly trying to add new people into their network that are within the target demographic that you're trying to sell to. Without them doing that, this does not work. There isn't a way to quickly and strategically increase your followers without doing the paid advertising, or without just being patient and saying this is going to take a long time to grow organically, and you're not paying attention to it that much, you're not trying to push it. You have to have the people that pick somebody in sales, marketing, engineering, whatever it is, on client-facing side of your business, the CEO, the COO, the CFO, whoever it is that's on the client-facing side of your business that talks to clients, engages with them, produces content, anything like that. Have them go from however many connections they have and multiply it by 2, 5, 10 times. And once you post the company page post and the content's good, because you've done the first 3 steps, then when they share it, they're going to get people that then will follow your page. And that's the way to quickly and strategically grow, so that way you don't just, you don't want to have followers that are not relevant to you at all. It's not just about the followers. You're not just trying to get that dopamine drip to say, I've got more followers. You're trying to make it strategic, so that way when you do post something, you get engagement because it's relevant. So that's how you get the engagement. So point number 5 is, in order to get the engagement that is good engagement, the connection and the people that are following your page have to be relevant. Before, back in 2017, 2018, you used to be able to go to you used to be able to go to LinkedIn company page as an admin and look at your followers, and you'd be able to see everybody that's following you. And I believe that we used to be able to export that as well. You can't do that anymore. They stripped that out in the middle of last year. So you just have this number of people that are following. You don't know if they're good or bad unless you just started and you've been paying attention to engagement. But you have to make content that's relevant to the target demographic. If your company page is posting stuff about bicycles and mountain bikes, and then you've got a bunch of real estate agents that are following your page, unless those real estate agents also love biking, it doesn't matter that they're following the page, because they're going to be crap followers. They're not going to engage with your content. Maybe they're following because they want to sell you something. So you have to look at it from that standpoint, that you want people that are organic, high value, high engaging followers. The only way to do that quickly is to have your client-facing employees at your company connect with those strategic people, share, like, comment, and engage on your content, and push that out to there, and then go into the feed. So hopefully those tips gave you guys some good guidance on how to quickly grow your LinkedIn company page engagement and your followers. If you like this content, hit the like button. If you have questions about this and want me to dive deeper, leave them in the comments below, and we'll see you on the next one.